it was a good decision that I made by getting on that plane, because I got to have that meeting with him, and I got to get him all of the information from all of our members' bills, and really stress to him about some of the things that I just said. Some of the things that I see with my own eyes in my district, I wanted him to feel and see, because sometimes I think that, you know, when you're talking off talking points, it makes it difficult to really connect with the audience, and I wanted to make sure that he understood some of the true concerns that my district had, and that some of our members did. So I think it was worthwhile. But no, didn't change nothing.
What about this idea of accelerating the income tax cut? It's not a net gain for anybody. It just gets you the money earlier.
Well, again, if that puts pressure on budgets, and it makes us make decisions about less money going to local government funds, accelerate, in which we've done once already. One, it could create pressure, but two, it reinforces the notion that that's the right policy. And what we're saying is, we've been doing that to death for 15 years, and it doesn't get you what people say. What it does is it pushes. What you saw in this budget was an acknowledgement by Democrats and Republicans that we don't want to engage in tax shifting. That's what that is. That when we helped local government funds and made people raise their property taxes to pay for school and local services, that was a push. That was a tax shift. And to reinforce or double down on that just continues to promote the notion that that's good policy, and it's not good policy. And it's putting a lot of stress on local communities who can least afford it. Folks cannot continue to have their property tax go up to pay for this stuff. They've paid twice. They paid when the local government funds came up here and should have come back and didn't, and then they had to pay a second time when they had to raise their own property tax. Let me say this. Once we do something that causes you to put a levy on the ballot, it no longer matters what you vote. Some people think they can cure that by voting no. You're either going to vote yes, and you're going to raise your property taxes, money out of your pocket, or you're going to vote no, and you're going to weaken your local school district, which is going to make your property value go down. So we've got to stop putting that kind of pressure on local communities, and that's what that kind of doubling down on what we consider to be really bad tax policy does to local communities. A lot of folks just don't know who to be mad about when that sort of thing happens.
And that's true. And remember last time when we did the budget, you know, our caucus went into negotiations with the majority and said you could still have $1 billion tax cut. We just would like to invest $500 million in local governments and in public schools. The answer was no. So there wasn't a negotiation, there wasn't a discussion, there was no trying to come to some sort of solution. It was just no. And because all of the money is supposed to go to tax cuts according to the governor, and that's what he mentioned again as his major priority.